After observing a phenomenon, a scientist gives his statement. That his statement is called hypothesis. Now this hypothesis is need to be checked or tested by other scientists. When it comes true, it becomes a theory. Then this theory is tested again and again, and if it is found correct, that it will be a scientific law. So there are 4 steps: observation, hypothesis, theory, and scientific law. First step, observation. Observation is a basic tool to go forth for elaborating a phenomenon. It means to explain a phenomenon. It means to observe a thing very critically to extract from it a new point. Observation may vary from person to person according to his own skill of elaboration. Next, hypothesis. After observing, the scientist or any person is going to extract some point from that observation. The explanation of observed natural phenomenon, which is only a trial idea, is called hypothesis. When a phenomenon is observed, a scientist ponders over it and carries out relevant experiments. He sees through the data and arrives at a possible explanation for the nature of the phenomenon. This explanation, which is only a trial idea, is called hypothesis. Theory. When a hypothesis is supported by a large amount of observations and experiments, it becomes a theory. Basically, theory is the result of hypothesis testing. If hypothesis found correct, then it will become a theory, or if hypothesis found incorrect, then the observation is started again. A good theory predicts new facts when it is tested, and it is practically applied. A theory which is tested again and again and found to fit the facts and from which valid predictions may be made, then it is known as scientific law or principles. It is a statement of fact. It explains an action or set of action. It is accepted to be true and universal, can be a single mathematical equation. So in chemistry, or you will study some of the laws in which you are also going to deal with the mathematical equations. These are the examples of scientific laws: Newton's law of motion, Newton's law of universal gravitation, law of thermodynamics, law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of mass, and gas laws. So here we completed our topic, scientific method. In detail, you have to write about this, all 4 steps. Now, the last topic of the chapter, significant reasons of studying chemistry. Why do we study chemistry? First, chemistry has important practical applications in the society. For example, development of life-saving drugs. Second, chemistry is an intellectual enterprise, a way of explaining our material world. Third, chemistry figures prominently in other fields such as in biology, in the advancement of medicines. Do you know what is this? The virus, coronavirus, you are listening nowadays. How did doctors find about this? Because of chemistry. Do you know which atoms are present in your body? These are the atoms by which your body is made up. So this is all about today's class, and this is your homework. Read the book thoroughly. Now the chapter is completed, so what's your duty? You read the whole chapter thoroughly and also the questions given after the chapter, and then solve this homework in your notebook. Define following branches of chemistry: biochemistry, industrial chemistry, nuclear chemistry, environmental chemistry, and polymer